Hello good people, it's Mbongen again. On this video we are going to look into some tips of what you need to take care of if you want to buy a car. Like you're an average person or an ordinary person, you want to just buy a car from another person. No banks involved, no agencies, nothing. You just want to do it yourself. This is the situation that most of our people are going through. So here I'm going to give you some few tips or things that you need to take care of. The first one, the most important thing, just check on my first video. This is my second video, so check on my first video. Some information that are in that video are also relevant here, or this is a continuation of that video, but the difference between this one and that other one is that here we are talking about a person, just an ordinary person who want to buy a car for herself or for himself from another person, right? So we see things like that quite often. Let's dive into them. You need to make sure the roadworthy certificate, that is very much important, although it's not compulsory if your car is not going to be used to transport the public. But if you are buying it for yourself from another person, it is very much important that you take that car for a roadworthy test. It could be at AA or any other approved dealer, so that at least you will know the type and the condition of the car you are buying. Reason for that, you may find yourself buying a car that you finish paying it today, or you pay everything today, the transaction is completed, then the following day you can't use that car, and then the seller said, no, I have not dealing now, that car is yours. You get what I mean? So when you take for the roadworthy testing, at least you'll have an idea of even why the seller is getting rid of this car or is selling it. Let's put it in that way, selling it. Why the seller is selling it? Because what the seller can tell you may not be exactly what he or she is really doing it for. So you need to take care of that. The VIN number, this is a vehicle identification number. You need to know this. Whether you are a lady, you are a gentleman, you are savvy to the issues of a car or not, you need to know this. Because if you buy a car with a VIN number being removed or tampered with, and then you are stopped at the roadblock and the police find that the VIN number has been tampered with, at least that day you will sleep in the cells. Whatever reason you are going to give after that, but at least for that day you will sleep in the cells. So you need to take care of that. The VIN number, make sure, even if you are so oblivious about the issues of the car, but you need to make sure the VIN number is there. Police clearance certificates, yes, again you need to get a police clearance. I think most of the people do know about that one. You do need to get the police clearance certificate from the police so that you will know whether this car is having debts or is a wanted vehicle or any other things that are in conflict with the law before the transaction take place. Because if it is found in your possession, whereas it's a stolen car or there are some issues with it, you will be in big trouble. Okay. Next, vehicle identification, vehicle number. Each and every car has got a vehicle number, the number that identifies it, make it different or unique from all other vehicles. That this number is different from the VIN number that we spoke about. So you also need to know this one, although this one may not put you in much troubles, but it's very much important at least to know this one. The service record is also very much important to know when was this car taken for the service, so that you will know that at least things were being done to take care of this vehicle. I know some people, when they are negotiating these private deals, they don't look into that. So that's why I made a separate video just for the people who do not involve any professionals, any bank or anybody. But it's very much important, at least even if there is no book service record book is not there, but at least you will have an idea based on what the person is telling you or based on what you have found upon your investigation. Okay, that is very much important. Confirm the ownership certificate, very much important as well. My apologies for that. Yes, you need to confirm the ownership and make sure that that person does in actual fact having the ownership certificate in his or her possession. So you need to do that as well, because some people, that's where the catch can be, and say, I'm going to bring it, I forgot it there, and there. After all the transaction is completed, you find that actually that person is not an owner of the vehicle. So you need to take care of that. The affordability, you must check on the first video. Over and above, good people, these are just the tips related to the car. It's very much important that if it's possible, just get hold to the financial advisor, so that they are going to assist you to look into the comprehensive financial situation, so that you will know, is really a good investment to buy a car, or I could have used this money for something else. But that is a topic for another day. AA certification, just for the general condition of the vehicle. It could be also a very wise thing to do. Before you buy a car, they are going to put it there in the system and check what you really need to take care of, because some of the cars you may find that very soon or shortly after you bought it, there might be something very serious that is about to be broken or need to be taken care of, and then you buy this car. After all, you must still spend a lot of money to fix that, but if you take it through that, then they can assist you. The engine number, the engine number is related to that VIN number that I spoke to. The number plates, yes, sometimes you find that the number plates of the vehicle is quite common in South Africa. The number plates actually do not belong into that car. So the number plates that are in that car are for another car, or the person had two cars. The other one is written off or is no longer in use, is completely defunct, but the person took those number plates and still used them. So you need to make sure the number plates, let alone the fact that you may find that the front number plate and the back number plates are not the same. Even the person who's buying the car didn't even notice that. Or the number plates also, you will need to check if the disc on the windscreen, they will show there the number plates. Then you'll be able to check them against the actual number plates on the car. So that one also you need to take care of. The tire sizes, all are the same. That is also another trick that some people are doing. When they are selling the car, they will take those good tires and put them there and put the old one. You may find that the car is having the tires that are not of the same size. So you will need also to take care of that, or to consider that as well. Other tools in the car, spare wheels, spanners and things like that, you'll also need to look in, unless the person told you that those things are not there and you are happy with that. But if you, anyway, you will need to buy some of those things. They are the requirements. You will need to have them in the car. So you need to think about that. The payment methods. How are you going to pay the car? Is it going to be cash? Is it going to be an installment? While you are busy with that, you must also need to think about the handing over itself. Am I going to give you the cash and you give me the keys? Or the person will say, no, transfer the money, I'm coming with the car. Week later, the person disappeared with the car. So you need to think about that as well. And then the agreement, you need to have a valid agreement, but if it's possible, you can consult a lawyer who's going to assist you. But otherwise, on Google, there are so many pro formas there, agreements that you can work around. Basic information about the seller, yes, things like an ID, the resident, mainly an ID number of that particular person. It can assist you in case something happened and you need to trace this particular person. While we are still talking about that, you know, some people, when they are doing these transactions, what they do is they will organize just a 3 or two-party kind of an event. During that event, they take the pictures, they take the videos. They are strategically doing that so that they will get the pictures of this person, so that should anything happen, they will be able to say, this is the person I'm looking for, and then the public will be able to assist you. And unlike you say you have bought a car from a person, you cannot even point, you don't know who's that person. So if you may have at least some basic information, the ID, the residence, although I know that sometimes it may not be easy as an ordinary or an average person to ask an ID number, because even that person may say, why you want my ID number? But if it's possible, you need to get that, and also some pictures of that particular person, so that it will be easy to trace the person. Okay, our next slide. You will also need to make sure the color of the vehicle is the color that is registered in an e-notice. You find that you buy a white car, on the e-notice, the very same car, they know it as brown. So you may have some problems with the law with regard to that. You will also need to look into that. The EFT, electronic fund transfer, yes, whereby the money is transferred from your account to the seller's account, just for record purposes, because sometimes the receipt and the slip over time they get shabby, sometimes they get lost. So but at least if you know that no, this transaction took place through the bank, then you may ask for a bank statement, and then they may assist you. The speedometer also need to check if it wasn't tampered with, because a person can say, this guy is just not that old, whereas a very old car, the speedometer was tampered with. The general condition, yes, good people, you need to check the general conditions, the seats, the dashboard, and the body itself. Sometimes you can see, even when you look outside the car, the outside appearance, that that car really is it a car that you may proudly show it to your friends or to any other person. Just think about that as well. Agree on the guarantee. Yes, you need to agree. If I'm buying it today and then tomorrow is broken, will it be my problem as a buyer? The seller has nothing to do with that. I haven't even enjoyed anything with regard to that car. So you need at least to agree that at least this month, then let's go. But also you need to take note that whether you are a seller or a buyer, the Consumer Protection Act does have things to say with regard to the guarantees. So you need to familiarize yourself with that, the purpose of the purchasing the car, and the fitness for purpose. Sometimes you buy a car because you want to transport the children, or you want to go to work. After all, you will never ever be using that car to go to work for many other reasons. It's not roadworthy. There are so many things that need to be fixed. You've wasted the money now. So you need to think about that as well. Fitness for purpose. I think the 4 there are missing there. Acquit me on that. And then the market value, just an average estimation of your own. If there is a book, or it can still be recorded. There is a manual that is produced by the dealers with regard to the market value of different cars. If your car is still appearing there, then you may know the general market value of the car. In other words, if you can sell it, how much on average you can charge for it. That is very much important, not because you want to sell it. At least you will know that if you cover this car for the insurance, how much the insurance is more likely to pay you. Or if you want, just have that idea to say, I'm having this asset that value 30,000, 20,000, just for that information. Yes, value for money. Yes, you also need to think about that. Will you really say this was the best investment for me, irrespective, even if it was 2,000 rand, 5,000 rand? But that is money. You need to get value for your money. So you need to think about that as well. Okay, that is the end of our part 2. I'm sorry for that. That is the end of our part 2. So watch another video. So don't forget to subscribe, and remember that if you subscribe, is free, but the benefit for that is you will get the notification whenever I'm posting something. So plan your things, make sure that these basics are in place. Once that is done, you'll never go wrong. Thank you for watching this video. See you next time.